Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I myself am having an excellent day. This was made to me just now by Ringside News. The link will be in the comments section. It pertains to Bobby Lashley and the belief that he might be going to AEW wrestling. And Ringside News is a source. Go check them out in the comments section down below. Basically, it states, we also reported that Bobby Lashley's AEW status following his WWE departure. As it is expected, he will be joining Tony Khan's company soon enough, and this makes fans wonder how he will be booked. And if there's ever a talent in WWE's past or even present that got botched and just used the wrong way, it's definitely Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. This guy, it was reported that he wanted to get back together with the Hurt Business. Triple H said no. They didn't see that in the creative plans, resulting in the man leaving WWE. If Lashley was to go to AEW, I really do believe that Tony Khan would build him up the right way. However, it has been seen that many people, when they join AEW from other companies, realistically, they start off big and then they end up just crashing and burning because they're trying to hire a lot of former WWE stars to join the company. But when they get there, realistically, they're not used the right way or they're not creatively pushed the way that we might think they would be. I mean, how many people out there left WWE and went over to AEW and they just were not utilized the way that you thought? I mean, look what they've done to Samoa Joe. I mean, yeah, Samoa Joe was a guy who went over to AEW with a lot of momentum, but is he being utilized the right way? It's hard to say on that. But again, he was a former talent of WWE that they really did not put to a main event level. Some other names I could think of, I've been vocal in the past about them possibly having Shayna Baszler join AEW. They would do a lot with her. But again, with this logic that they bring in former WWE talents, would they really utilize the Queen of Spades the right way that WWE currently is not? And you got to really wonder that with Bobby Lashley. This guy going over to AEW, it could work, but it also could backfire because of the fact that, yes, I mean, he still is active in wrestling and he still has quite a few years left, despite he is getting up there in age, even though Lashley is still great in the ring. I mean, he can wrestle, he's intense, he could cut a promo. The guy really is believable and has the ability to really be an incredible force no matter where he goes. Impact Wrestling years ago, that was actually the point I'm making. He was the Impact Wrestling World Champion. Look where he went with that. They were building him up as the top heel in the company, despite they did make those kind of comparisons to him and Brock Lesnar. They were calling him a Brock Lesnar ripoff, even though I don't see it. But again, Lashley's name was on a main event level of Impact Wrestling. And then, of course, he ended up leaving. He came back to WWE. And while his previous run before being released was actually better than his first run, I feel like WWE really missed their mark with Lashley. I think that he could have been like built up to the main event level to be a main eventer at WrestleMania or SummerSlam or anywhere, but they were just never really utilizing him to go that far. And WWE, since Triple H took over more and more, has been more of a group scenario. There's so many factions and groups now to where I really don't think the Hurt Business getting back together would have really had done much in terms of making an impact that they were previously. You know what I mean? And I personally feel like that creative lack of thinking was really what caused all this to happen. And I guess after that point, I think Lashley realized they have nothing left for him to do. So he ended up being released. And now there is belief he's going over to AEW. But what could he do in AEW that WWE didn't actually utilize him for? He could be a world champion. He could really be at the main event level. Like, he's still a young guy, but it really would have to come down to if Tony Khan can actually sign him, utilize him a lot to where WWE would actually not be able to utilize him the way that they wanted, the way that we wanted them to use him as, is what I'm saying. Bobby Lashley has really got a lot going in terms of his ability. And if he was to go to Tony Khan's AEW, I have no doubt in my mind this guy would be a world champion likely within a year. He's still strong. He's still intense. He's still great in the ring. No doubt about it. I definitely see that he is going to head. He's going to end up in AEW, and he's going to be a main eventer. Definitely a world champion in that company, and he's got it written all over him. He still could go in the ring. Tony Khan could definitely do a lot with the Almighty. This has been my video, guys. Do you think Bobby Lashley going over to AEW would be a good thing? Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.